Did not read Atlantis, read the DM card. It's in the BM folder under framework, the substantive version. Yeah. Aha! Alright, Paige, just tell me when you're ready. Oh, please. How may I direct your call?
My Gmail. Okay.
Good?
Yes.
This debate is whether limited predictable policy discussions surrounding healthcare at varying levels of social associations a good team is procedural and is definitionally a priority considering the affirmative substance or impact you should prioritize material bonds. People dying from inactable healthcare policy should be ignored for critical theory leaning one without comfort after action for treating postmodern distant voice and after remaining back to this connected not really real the postmodern critic crush up to the media across the bills bringing in the health of exploitation, racism, sexism, starvation, civil war, and the like postmodernist recycled discourse and divorce from practice and analysis from policy deconstruction from reconstruction particularly from universal critical theory from all problem solving its exclusive focus on the Western self-insured path-free flux of the Western utopian projection of the West dissatisfaction with itself became romanticizing and totalizing fair postmodernists, ended up marginalizing, silencing, and exiling precisely those who are the great victims of the West essential conceits. Dissidents have freedom from the recognition that we have a moral obligation to be able to do anything about it. Now, our interpretation is the affirmative should be able to defend that the United States federal government should establish national health insurance in the United States. You should be into the process of government action, which is the Erickson evidence. Now, their new vocabulary argument, extend the Gallus evidence from the one in C feelings are finding new vocabulary is good. Our problem is that isn't with your vocabulary, it's vocabulary since it's just a description of the world, but that you have purposely framed it as only is or odd claims, which without a question of how, which is what we think is key to being able to solve for the negative to be able to debate. Not to say this is the same ideology of conservatives who shove medical savings account ideologies down people's throats, say anything else is fake news or just a bunch of liberal BS. Now the narrow understanding argument, you should extend the piece of DM evidence here because you should prioritize policy analysis. They say that they don't justify anti-topical acts. Yes, you do, or it means that you didn't preclude policy in the first place, which means you've deliberately and purposefully evaded debate over the question of how your affirmative action operates, which is bad, which means they have eliminated room to be able to argue in the first place, which their narrow understanding of health, where the criticism of the resolution is the role of the negative, monopolizing that fact prevents discussion, creates a monologue where there becomes a question of competing truths, following the topic of election process, workers taking the relative ground to be shopped as a central point of departure, setting the affirmative accepts the negative, but also on rights respect to the other involved in the dialogue on one side, so the other fundamentally didn't have the person over the other current, has been fairness is demanded for respect and made to be heard, made the problem that avoid right literally must months of preparation, considered critical thinking, not be science opposition necessary because the shop debate compensates for the exigency. Now, the next argument is about if we win sensitively for there are 4 arguments. 1, we are procedural, which is definitely a prerequisite to yours because topicality determines what the affirmative should be around in the first place. Fairness is the only impact ratifiable by a ballot because the debate shouldn't have happened, which means it comes before everything else in the debate. Now, it is an independent reason to be able to vote on T. Now, the second is no, you don't get it. No, you are not a precursor to DM evidence because the policy analysis is key to being a precursor because policy is how ideology is cemented in the world of pictures, which means that you only risk a conservative replication of what you did. You have criticized the first one. The third argument is that this puts the cart before the horse because it says that we should get our foot in the door, but we don't have an opportunity to be able to know what door we're supposed to get our foot in. Now, the fourth argument is even if the right that their theory proves that we don't need healthcare policy, then it's a negative argument. Or if it doesn't preclude that, then the topical version of the affirmative should be able to solve, or it links to the DMA Gallus evidence. Now they say only one more affirmative. This assumes for fairness or predictability in absolute terms. So yes, I think that you've only included one affirmative about Kant's ridiculous writing about his life expectancy to account, but that's not something that I should have been expected to be able to look into in the precedents. And now their internal. Now, you should be enforced high policy with the 2 together is key, otherwise it's nothing more than justification for conservatism refusing to answer how questions single and some of the reason that healthcare is not only policy matter, many Americans consider access to affordable healthcare more issue with that moral issue implies policy stance. One is that the government must intervene in healthcare because free market will not have the obligation once government is has moral and obligation to be power the most fair and efficient manner possible. If you believe that accessible healthcare is a moral obligation, also we should be how the government should be able to help provide the single deciding factor should be costing averages independent parties. Let's say that you don't believe that access to healthcare is a moral obligation. There are some policy consequences of that. One is the government must not intervene in healthcare. Medicaid should go. Medicare should be privatized. State-run schools shouldn't provide assistance to children with special needs. Hospitals should be under no obligation to treat this issue like ability to pay them. That quite literally means a public hospital should allow people to die. If that does not sound harsh to you, congrats, you are consistent with your beliefs. I encourage you to be honest so we can have a productive debate, the liberal democracy is the best way to be able to know, to figure out whose moral values society should be able to offer. That does sound harsh to you. It is likely that you do indeed believe that healthcare is moral obligation. You simply question how it is implemented at some level. You believe that we have a moral obligation to provide care. You so like the liberty you very may well be right. Your moral obligation then is to find a better way to offer plans that sets up potential benefit and negotiate compromise with all those who share your moral position, market that position. Now, their next argument is about internalization being worse. You definitely lose this argument to extend the police evidence here. Our evidence says that making decisions includes the understanding of the meaning and the ends of the situation which policy analysis is situated to be able to cultivate art. It also means that our framework prevents that internalization because it recognizes that we're not at a distance necessarily, but should be able to formulate policy ideas and discussions, even in non-state policy places, at all levels of social association, which means in spaces like this or at bars or other places throughout that social interactions happen out there. Argument about we give more ground. That was answered above because that's a cart before the horse argument. It also does import us to class because class should determine our ability. It was determined by our ability to predict the affirmative, which is above down. It also encourages race at the bottom, where the most structural theory of the world is what all affirmatives would race to, which also makes us have to defend the health insurance system over medicalizing the status quo, which is obviously something virtually undeniable. Now they say no ground for care. That is patently false. One, it's some of the most basic competition for care in cases like socialized medicine. And two, it's also an important case to be participation with social violence claims. And two, three, there's a huge dividing lid over this, and obviously you wouldn't know about it because you didn't do it. Now because you didn't talk about it. Now they're disconnected, or maybe one make them reconcile this with their internalization above because they say it's bad to be disconnected, but it's also bad to be internalized. Now, two, even if policy discussion is key, is to an extent alienated. The least even this is understanding that deliberation can happen at multiple levels, not just the policy is key. Now, third is the leniency level. This is the worst reaction to be able to give up to trying to bridge that distance because it means that you all end up. Because you all end up in university offices talking about tech. You all end up in university spaces talking about. But Ted Cruz is still saying medical savings account of the comics floor. Now the fourth argument is how Ingala's evidence is the one the only more disconnected with that isn't kind of policy or bureaucracy means that the neoconservatives use language like the affirmative evil to only repeal and not replace. That's why that's why they turn inward. Your turn inward is exactly the criticism of Western medicine that you afforded. Now the TV. Yeah, TVA is the use of providing universal coverage for hypochondria. It's also not a suppression of Eros because it combines the logos of policy with the Eros of illness. Like your Wars evidence says we should be able to deem the hierarchy standards of being are inevitable in a world where coverage does not universalize you. So that means that you wouldn't be able to solve that either because that's a deem evidence because that is how ideology gets cemented. At least minimizing the distance of hierarchy through policy is able to resolve the best. Now the fairness argument there are degrees of fairness. Obviously impossible to have absolute fairness, which is what their evidence criticizes. But not what we say now. The process of being able to attempt to remain a remarkable division of grounds like going to space and finding Belker, alternative interpretations guarantee on educational knowledge by increasing research program which you decrease the potential for class honcho, and debating is different from a classroom instruction instead of a student to actively interact and give the domination specific the open and goals in real worlds and research create endless possibilities for research provide blocking and illustrate the point with the monological discourse becomes monologized when somebody knows the truth and tries somebody who's ignorant of it and error. Now three, even if we're in a world where there are no attempts to discussions works out was conservatism argument above. Now the dude on the negative yeah, the dude on the negative false. You said that we wouldn't be able to do it on the negative because there's a topical version of the app. They say it should be debate at the app. Again, that puts the cart before the hearse, which was answered above. Now, our argument responsibly for arguments. One, we're not consistent, we're negative. He responds with the affirmative view, not the negative. Two, if they are consistent, it proves that we don't link to the T argument. Also make them explain why before I have to answer that. So through vagueness means that we have to try to pin them down to something, so you should give us leeway. For after the conditionality argument, we should be able to just get this. The last argument is about running the erotic to the private one. Three arguments. We didn't do it because we think that we should be able to tie policy to things like things. We should be able to tie what your argument is to policy, which means it's the second argument. It means you explicitly relegate this to the realm of crime by purposely trying to avoid policy talk. So passivity might be a good strategy, but it makes for bad policy, which is the Gallus evidence. Now the third argument is that the choice between vulnerability and normalization is impossible, and that you are the only ones who are positive because which is only true in the world of the affirmative because you've made that claim despite reading the Morris cards that says that logos and arrows should be combined. Which means your exclusive attempt to try to run away from debate by divorcing that of policy analysis, you're the only ones who render the arrows to the private realm.